Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black here with the Strat Time Report, and this morning leaving a lot of people going, what happened? So let's take a look here, see. So here's the SPY, and remember, when things occur matters, okay? So yesterday, on the daily, we pop up, right? 2-2 reversal on a Monday, but then that needs to continue or it's going to be negated. That's why Tuesdays are important. You've heard turnaround Tuesday. Well, that's any second bar. So either this is the next bar is either going to go inside, outside, or two on either side. So this is a 2-2 reversal, and so what that means is that's going to that week was slightly green, but now you got a two down and you go red on the week, right? It's also going to set up that shooting star we've been talking about on the monthly as we're closing out the month, and it just ticked slightly red. So a lot of things coming down here. 2-2 on a Tuesday. You've heard me say that many times. No more inside week for the SPY. And then if we go to QQQ, a little more interesting. So QQQ, if you go to the 15er, here QQQ did this. It opens up. We know that Qs have been the bastion of strength, and to this point they still somewhat are, and I'll show you that. But you can see this broadening formation here. So gaps down, 2-2 reversal on the 15er. These three become an outside bar of all that, right? And so it looked like smooth sailing again because Qs were two up by taking out the highs of Friday yesterday, and then they did it again. But then still an inside week, and then back down she goes. And then these became an outside bar of all that, and then it got worse. So still an inside week for the Qs, so still trying to hold up, but we're still watching to see this monthly. And Q's still holding up, and that's pretty much Apple, but I'll get to that in a second. If we go to the diamonds, the diamonds we know have been weaker, and now red on the month and getting close, much closer to taking out the monthly lows as we come in tomorrow, and then potential outside compound outside month. So this would be an outside bar. It just ran out of time. So we're going to be really aware of that because we've known of this 2-2 reversal up in here still going, right? This reversal has not been negated on the weekly for the last 3 weeks. So here, once again, two up by taking out Friday's highs, but it was red too. And then boom, 2-2 reversal on a Tuesday. These two become an outside bar of that, right? So might be painting some gloom and doom here. The good part for everybody trying to be bullish here is that you do have heightened volatility, and so things can change really quickly, right? And so in this trading environment, once the VIX spikes, you've heard me talk about staying on 60-minute bars. That really becomes important, right? Because you can get big moves, even back up into the middle of today's range would be a big move. You'd have to take this out on the 60, but keeping an eye on that month. And the small caps, we've known about this. Small caps, 2-2 reversal, still good, right? Now looking for an outside month. Going outside month, it looks like here, right? And back into this range. So once again, slight higher high on a Monday. That's a 2 up. Boom, these two become an outside bar of that. So a lot of this stuff is done what it's supposed to do. And so if you just draw on like here on the IWM, you'll see the higher high and the lower lows, right? So like I said, the good part, for still being able to trade long is that the heightened volatility, you can still get these signals on the 60 because right now we're starting to see bigger bars, right? And so what that means is that a 60-minute move can be as big as a normal day, right, or more once you have heightened volatility. So, but we'd have to see that. You got the TLT bonds. TLT bonds coming up here, and that was holding on to its 2 down, 2 up month, just running out a month, and closer to taking out all these highs as we come in, chopping them up on the 60, as you can see. VXX and VXX kicker, and so you can see this bright red on a Monday, and then boom, 2-2 kicker back to the upside. So that's a bit of a concern going forward as well. This VIX keeps spiking, but we'll see. Right now we're trying to stabilize a little bit. But like once you get like the SPY doing this on the day, once you take this bar out, that's the magnitude, 2-2 to become an outside bar. Then we don't know. So the question is, you're going to stay down on that week, and then what's going to happen coming into the new month? Because it might seem like you're getting killed, but on the month, pretty much still flat doji. If you go to Apple, it's trying to hold up the whole shebang here, and Apple, you can see that inside on the 60 right here. So Apple's still holding, right? Still green on the day. You can see that, and not many can say that. Still an inside week, right? And still just finishing off the outside bar, 2 down, 322 on the month there, but we're on out a month. But now you got an inside 60 to keep up to see if this market keeps stabilizing. If we go to Zen, and Zen, something got into this guy's spike up here. The 2 down here, you can see this on the weekly outside week by taking out both sides, poke down 322, and what that's setting up here is the potential 322 on the month. Outside month, poke down, and now trying to hammer up. So it looks like it might have been a little newsy in here, but we'll see. You got the slight lower low, and now trying to work and take these guys out. Now you're going to have a big mother bar problem. How are you going to get outside of this thing? So looks like you're going to probably go inside 60 on that, so we can keep an eye on that if that holds like so. If we go to IBRX, and IBRX, little guy, but just a doji on the month to close out, but you do have the 2 down, 2 up week coming back to a previous range, so I'm not sure what these guys are really doing, but on the daily, you can see the opposite of what a lot is going on in the market today. The 2 up, the 2 down, and then the 2-2 reversal to the upside here, and these two become an outside bar of that. Now fading a little bit on that 60. We'll see what comes of that. If we go to ANNX, yep, we're going down the food chain here, folks. It's ANNX on the weekly, 2 down by taking out the lows, 2 up reversal, right? Then coming back through the previous range on the daily. And what that's going to set up is the potential rev strat month. Inside month, pokes down hammer to come back into the new month. If we go to, well, you think you're getting smoked, here you go, AERC. Oh boy, oh boy. And there you can see this on the 60. 2 up, 2 down reversal. Look at this. This thing's just cremated. So outside week, new issue, some shenanigans going on there. But we also saw, the daily breakdowns in a lot of the big boys like Microsoft. And Microsoft 2 up, 2-2 on a Tuesday, right? Down she goes, also setting up that shooter month, right? We're going to keep an eye on that. Looks like it's still inside week, but getting closer. If you go to Amazon, the outside bar, inside bar, after an inside bar, the 1-3-1-2, right? Is that something I want to know about? It is, because the magnitude is to take out either side of this 3. Right, and they've already met in the middle here on the inside day. Then they tried to take both sides. Then they met again. After that, yep, we're looking to take this out, which we did. Trying to take out those lows. Still about middle of the month, so not disastrous for the monthly chart on the Amazon. If you go to Facebook, that's a 2-2 on a Tuesday. And 2 up, 2 down, and down she goes. Right, so we're looking here once again, another shooter on the month. The potential 2 down, 2 up, 2 back down to become an outside month of this, right? And so on the way down in the SPY, one of the ways you get in on this, if you go to the 15er, you're going to see this pattern a lot here. 2 down, 2 up, and then boom, these guys become an outside bar of that, and that's how you can catch that move on the downside. If we go back to D-Dog, and D-Dog 2 up on a Monday, we're taking up the high, 2 down, boom. Now we'll see if this thing gets any weaker. Nice move to the downside, still inside weak, but we'll see if it's going to be weak enough to take all of this out, and where these 2 bars become an outside bar of that. That would be your concern, because if that does happen, then you'll be closer to taking out the monthly lows come into the new month. If we go to Honeywell, and Honeywell was in the video last night. You see this as a 2 up by gapping up on a Monday, but sold off. Right, it was closer to the downside. That's why I was in my video last night. And there you go, 2 up, 2 down. These 2 become an outside bar of that. Right, taking out that month. right? If we go to MongoDB, and MongoDB, a big outside day here, still an inside week, but once again, let's see how weak these things get. Go to 60 to set up that monthly shooter potential. If we go to Snow, and Snow, once again, 2 up on a one day, 2-2 reversal on a Tuesday, and down she goes, setting up that shooter. And so we're going to keep an eye on this coming tomorrow and see if we can get outside of that inside week and just keep tanking this thing. If we go to DDS, and DDS on the gap list just getting smoked here, and it's had a heck of a run. I mean, it's down into here, down in your 20s, up to over 400. So not totally surprising. Outside week last week, and so this buying got rejected, and that's still getting rejected. So you can see it an inside day, then gap down, and now the 2 up, 2-2 on a Tuesday, and down she goes. So a lot of movement down into here. We'll see if that keeps puking. If you go to car, I could basically go through almost everything here on the 2-2 on the Tuesdays. There's a ton of them. But here's the car. 2 up by taking out the previous high. 2 down. Down she goes. So we'll see if there's more to it. Car. If you go to the team, and the team, that's a 3 on the day. So trying to take this up. But once again, now team is going 2-2 on the month to the downside, and the good thing for it is that you're running out of month. But now you got this inside 60 to keep an eye on, see if anything comes of that. Market's still flattening out and stabilizing just a bit, and so on those 60s, I want to see if we get the inside 60 here. SPY, we've got some time on these, but in the Qs, here's your Qs broadening formation on your 60 to keep an eye on. That's what an outside day looks like here, right? That's what your outside week looks like here on a shorter term time frame. That's why when I tell you, I'm like, anytime you see an outside 3 bar, it's a broadening formation on a shorter time frame. There it is. Okay, if we go to Deckers, and Deckers inside day to the downside, which means an inside day on a Monday. It hasn't picked a direction for the week. Boom, now it has, and down she goes, outside week to the downside, which means this buying was rejected, still being rejected, setting up that shooter for the 2-2-2 to the downside on the month. If we go to Dada, smoked, and Dada was already down, inside day and down yesterday with a big up day in the market. They were ready to sell this baby, and that's always what you want to see. It's like, and that's why the Strat Attack shows on a Tuesday. So I want to see anything that did something on a Monday and it either follows through or gets negated, right? So we're seeing a lot of the negations. So like Netflix, how you doing, buddy? Netflix just an outside day. I think Google, just a lot of these big boys. 2 up, 2 down, still has some magnitude to take that out. For the apes, AMC, we're not leaving. Are you sure about that? Because it's getting a little rough. As you can see, it's been stuck in the range for a long time here, but now testing that lower part of the range. Once again, it took out the previous high, then boom, came down outside day. Still getting smoked here. AMC, we'll see if there's more to that. If you go to LC, Lending Club, these guys have been having trouble for a while. And so here you can see up here in the weekly, the 3 outside week, 2 down, and this has not been negated. So you look to take this out because this is an outside bar. We're looking for these to become an outside bar of that. So on a monthly, that would be an outside month, which it hasn't achieved, and it's going to run out of time. So, but if it drops here, then it's a 2-2 reversal back down to become an outside bar of this compound, right, on next month. So right now, LC still in a lot of trouble. We go to ZI. And ZI, last week was a 2 up, 2 down reversal. Now that's continuing, so it's going to be a lot closer. Big shooter on that month, right? And that's why we're watching these monthlies. Right now, I'd be keeping an eye on these 60s to see if we're going to recover or not. See if we can get inside 60s and SPY. And then what do they do from there? BNTX, one last one, gaps down and now trying to come back, and you can see this. That's good, right? So this was inside on the 60, and now back up reversal. So we'll see. Like I said, with the heightened volatility, keep an eye on that VIX. Keep an eye on these 60 minutes because they're acting like days. So that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black Strat Time Report.